Good morning, guys, from Anchorage, Alaska. We are camping here at the Golden Nugget RV Park for a week. Rebecca had to come up for some meetings, and we always have plenty of things to do when we make the trip to Anchorage. I'm also getting a little bit of a medical procedure performed, but I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But last night, on our date night, we ended up stopping by the mall in downtown there because Rebecca ordered a new iPhone because her other iPhone was just kind of falling apart. And we got to looking at new computers. And I'm of the mindset I don't like spending money, but it got to the point with my Hewlett-Packard PC laptop that it was slowing me down. And we did the math, and this computer is actually slowing me down probably about 90 minutes every single time I edit a video, just because it's just not a powerful computer for the type of footage that we're processing. And we opted to go for a MacBook Pro. I'm not a Mac guy. This is going to be a completely different language to me. I know as long as I can operate Premiere Pro and use Safari to browse, that'll be like 95% of what I need to do. But I'm feeling good that this is a computer that will last us for many, many years. And once I get it all unpacked, I'll show you how small it is, but it is going to be amazing for our upcoming tiny lifestyle. So they also had some discounts because, yeah, I'm just going to tell you, you can look it up. This is an $1,800 computer, but Rebecca works for an Alaska corporation and they have this relationship with the Apple store, so we got over $100 off that way. And Rebecca's also, in the teaching field, so teachers got these free Beats wireless headphones. So I think these will be pretty nice, and they're kind of no more cords, which will be great. But the one problem on this new Mac here is I need to go get a dongle. And the biggest complaint that people have had is they took away the SD card reader and there's no USB ports. But I just finished editing that video when we were hanging out with our German friends in their expedition vehicle, and it is a long one. It totally was an unscripted day. It just happened to turn out to be like a 45-minute video, but I thought, as I was watching it, that it was all good stuff. But a 45-minute long video on my PC takes a long time to render. For example, it's 17% of the way through, and we have practically 2.5 hours left. Now, it never takes that whole 2.5 hours left. It's always faster, but still, that leaves me plenty of time to go run some errands. Go on. Well, I just realized I had the same shirt on as yesterday. I hate it when that happens. You can't get caught wearing the same clothes twice in a row on vlogs. Alright, so last night when we went out, the last thing on my mind was dropping about $2,000 for a new computer. But there's a lesson, and it's a lot easier to say it than to do it. But you have to spend money to make money. And as you guys know, we want YouTube to help us travel around the world. So, that's kind of our dream. It's no secret. And if I can be more productive on the videos and more efficient, and also have a computer that's capable of handling 4K footage, because let's face it, in the next year or so, if you don't have 4K, you're not going to be getting ranked as well. Like, YouTube is actually promoting people's channels that have 4K videos. So it's just the natural progression, but it still doesn't make it any easier to drop $2,000 on a Sunday evening. So given the fact that I am having a procedure tomorrow, today is kind of like a last meal day, so I get to splurge.
All right, is your order correct?
Yes, so I'm not saying my last meal would ever be Taco Bell, but I kind of get to do what I want today. Okay, well now this brings us to Best Buy, and I guess since the theme of today's vlog is kind of taking on the business side of our YouTube channel, I'll let you know that we do treat this like a very legitimate business. We have set up a couple years ago an LLC called His and Hers Marketing in the state of Alaska. And it's just like a division of protection from yourself, and it just makes your business like its own freestanding person, which is definitely in your best interest. Okay, let's find these dongles. But yeah, the YouTube channel has really been growing a lot lately. We just received our first 4-digit AdSense commission check, so that's a really big step.
Dongles for the MacBook Pro.
Dongles?
Dongles.
What do you want on the other end?
Definitely an SD card. Do you have any like multi-dongles?
This has another USB-C, HDMI, and USB on it. I don't have anything that goes USB-C to SD card.
What about the SD card one? That's of great importance to me.
I don't have anyone that has an SD card in it.
You don't?
Nope.
It doesn't have to be the Apple brand. I'm okay with generics.
We might have. Let me run back to the warehouse.
Okay. All right, while he's looking, one of our guilty obsessions are the cheap movies. So whenever we see these bargain bins, we always try to sift through them. Looks like found Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. And yes, we are both children of the 80s. Three Amigos isn't all that bad. And who doesn't love The Sandlot? You found it?
Yeah, this is the one we want.
Really?
USB Type-C.
Yes, that looks like the right
SD
one.
and micro. Yep.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Up from Seward today?
Yeah, we have a week in Anchorage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I like Seward.
Yeah,
One
I
of
love
my favorite
it down there.
places.
All right, fortunately, this is in the same shopping center, and I didn't even know it, but Rebecca's new iPhone, right off the bat, she bought an unlocked iPhone, which is going to be more forward-thinking for our international travels. When we're visiting these foreign countries, all we have to do is go up to like a little kiosk and buy data plans and stick a new SIM card in the phone. So that's the benefit of buying an unlocked phone. And also the Verizon service, because she has Verizon right now, it really sucks now that we've been home in Alaska. And AT&T is far better. So we're gonna be home for a little while. So we're gonna move her over to our AT&T account, shut down the Verizon, and readdress things in a year or so when we hit the road. Okay, that was pretty easy. I just got the SIM card and Rebecca can do the rest on her own. Okay, now off to PetSmart. But the deal with this Verizon thing is Verizon customers used to be able to use the local Alaska company's towers. And there's like GCI, MTA, ACS, they're all Alaska-based cell phone companies. But sometime while we were gone last winter, they're now not allowing Verizon customers to use data on their towers. So that's what happened to us up in the hunting grounds, is a tower that we know works. We've used it in the past. It didn't work and only gave us 1x, which is pretty much just voice coverage. Now, when AT&T first got to Alaska, they were not really welcomed by these local cell phone companies because they were, the big dog outside competition. So for the longest time, AT&T sucked eggs up here. But now they finally have a very good network up here. And from what I'm understanding is going on right now, you can use Verizon and you'll only get internet if you're using or bouncing off of the Verizon towers that they're building up here. And those are few and far between.
Should be this one.
Yeah, looks like we're in the right area. Car restraints. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, since we're doing a lot of city driving again, we'd really like to get Shelby one of these little doggy seatbelt things, but she has plenty of harnesses. I think I just kind of need one of these.
What kind of dog do you have?
Come on. Come on. Come on. I got something for you. All right, well, true safety measures means the dog this size should probably be in the back seat, because you could only imagine what an airbag would do. I just don't know if the princess is gonna put up with this. You know, the younger version of Shelby would have had that thing chewed up by now. But looks like the 15-year-old version is just a little ticked off that she's stuck in the back seat. Okay, one last errand. Okay, gas in Anchorage, Alaska at Costco at the end of September 2017 is $2.79 a gallon. Okay, well, I definitely need to run inside Costco and pick up a new hard drive, because the 4 terabyte hard drive that I store all our video files on is pretty much full. And my buddy Eric with Sure Looks Nice, he had one of those hard drives crash on him. So now, yeah, I got this fear that, you know, maybe I should have like 2 hard drives, you know, back up the one that's almost full now, and then also have another one just for new files, because, you know, that footage does have some value. You know, we've talked about uploading our footage to these sites that sell, you know, stock and royalty free stuff, kind of like Shutterstock. You know, we have some amazing footage from around the country and we own the rights to it, and you can like set up accounts on these websites, upload the videos. You know, say somebody wants an RV driving through the desert. I think we have plenty of those types of clips. They search it up, they buy it, and it's another stream of mobile income for us that doesn't require us to be in a physical location. And it's also passive income, which means it works while you sleep and while you play. All right, so there's our campsite. I gotta park around back. No wonder you guys like our YouTube channel. You got a side-by-side.
Yeah, hey, this is Texas four-wheeler.
Yeah?
Never had to haul a boost or anything out yet.
How's the winterization coming?
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah?
Old Steve here's helping out a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen this rig here often, so I think they have some experience.
He's got the good $500,000 rig here.
Yeah, but you don't need that.
No.
All you need is a good skirting and heat tape on all the hoses.
Yeah, no, we did the hose and did all that. Found some always useful tips on YouTube.
Well, like you've heard me say before, some of the nicest people around in this park, but the management and the people that work in the office are completely inept. Okay, let's see how much progress has been made. Oh, it's done. Nice. All right, so a 46-minute video is going to take a while to upload to YouTube, especially when AT&T is only putting out 3 on the down and 3 on the up. So I have the new 13-inch MacBook Pro out of its box already, and the battery was charging while I was away. But check out the size difference compared to my PC, and also this sucker is really, really thin. I know some basic Mac language. I don't think it'll be like the end of the world transitioning to a Mac, but it will be good in the long run. So I'm gonna bust out some work and we'll catch up with you in a little bit. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm vlogging.
I can see that.
Not much of a vlog today, but I think I'll have a video worth out of it. Somebody's not too happy about their new seating arrangements.
Uh-oh.
Okay, guys, this is the Gumbo House, one of our favorite little gems in Anchorage.
Hi guys, how many?
2.
2? Alright guys, is over there okay?
All right. It's pretty cool. This literally is a house, and each room has tables. Yeah, it's perfect. The blackened shrimp Caesar has been a long time favorite of ours. It's a good one to get started with. Their corn muffins are pretty awesome. And now, time to dig into the barbecue ribs. If you guys aren't getting these coupon books in your town, you don't know what you're missing out. Especially if it's just 2 of you. These buy one, get ones are just perfect for us.
Mm-hmm. And the majority of them are buy one dinner or one lunch entree, get the second one free. And I think in the lower 48 they're usually called entertainment guides or entertainment coupon books. Up here it's the Northern Lights coupon book. and you've heard us talk about it because we've recommended it instead of the touristy coupon book that's up here. This one has food in addition to all of the, like rafting and zip lines and stuff like that.
Seriously, that is one heck of a meal for $24 plus tip. Thank you. All right, guys, we're back at the campground, and this is the nicer side of the Golden Nugget RV Park. But they only, it's seasonal, but it is definitely nice and well landscaped, and they got a nice little pavilion over here. If you're not dizzy yet, this should thoroughly top you off. But it is a smart business decision to just shut this whole area down and drain the plumbing and whatnot. So tomorrow's procedure, it's nothing like I got a bad lab result or I'm experiencing pain. It's all just preventative maintenance. And I'm gonna try to vlog as much of it as I can. And there's gonna be a camera involved, but the rest of it, you guys are just gonna have to stay tuned. I'm gonna try to integrate a little bit of humor into the deal. All right, thanks for hanging out with me today and us this evening. I have no idea what this vlog is gonna be like, but hopefully it all comes together well, and we'll see you tomorrow.